Charlie here at Partickhill Station. Welcome back. This is an impromptu production. This morning I was over at a local library where they have 3D printing facilities, and I took along a number of files including some tyres, an uncoupler, a Partickhill Station sign, and a couple of other items. And the process included that there was a technician who took the files, loaded them onto the laptop, and then checked out the contents of the file to see if they were okay and printable. So we did that, selected a number of them, chose colours, and basically started the process. You know, they will send me a note later in the day letting me know that the printing is complete. I had hoped to do a bit of filming, but it all happened very, very quickly, and we'll have to do that another time. So one of the items that, or two of the items I've got printing today are from Peter Practicus. Now, you may have heard me mention Peter before, and he's done a series of interiors for Lima Mark 1 and 2 Hornby coaches, and they're really very, very good. So I chose to take the Mark 2 and print these, and they came in two halves because, you know, you imagine the length of the coach. Well, make sure you get it on the plate. He cut them in two, or built them as two different halves, and then they match up together once completed. So they're going to take about an hour or so each, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what it comes out from that. Now, there's a couple of people just popped in. I have to turn sort of sideways, so you excuse me for a second. Hi Lee and Kelly, how are you both doing? Rotate back. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, I hope this is a new camera. It's anyway, we'll go with this, but and see how it comes out. This is a new camera, the iPhone 16 Pro, so it should be quite different in terms of cinematography. Yeah, I don't know why it would have been locked like that, but anyway, yeah, thank both of you for dropping by. You'll have to be sideways, Kelly. Oh, it's a lot of information for a guy like me. But yeah, you see, that's what happens. You get new technology and it doesn't always come out right. Yeah, so anyway, we're just going to have to go with this, and hopefully it works out. As I said, they're very impromptu. Yeah, there's another one there. Sorry about this. Dusty, hey, how you doing? Yeah, great weather finally. Yeah. So, as I said, very impromptu, and I just wanted to share that bit about the 3D printing. I've got a number of videos in the can, so to speak. And they'll be coming out within the next few days. One of them is me whining about Canada Customs. I'll leave that for the video that will be coming up. And then one other thing is, you probably saw my attempt at roughing in a bridge to go in this corner over here. And so I was using this corrugated cardboard. Yeah, I'm really not sure why this is doing this. All very strange. See if there's somebody else in there. Oh, you've purchased one. Oh, that's terrific, Kelly. What kind did you get? Canada Customs, yeah. We'll talk about that later, Dusty. Anyway, so moving along from this corrugated cardboard, I've now done this, and you know, that's the two sides of the bridge, and as you can see, I've put all the stonework in, and I just have to file off the portals, then glue it together and get a road bed on it. But they'll go, let's see if we can get it up here. Yeah, I'll bring it over. So there it's in place, basically. I have to I've got to do a bit of work on it, but you can see how it would be a separate scenic break here after having entered the station from the main tunnels, and then you go through under that bridge and into the open again. So it's just something new. I wish I could solve this thing. Are you actually seeing it in the vertical position? Like that, I guess you are. As I say, I'm not really sure how to change this, being a new phone. I think it's double O gauge 3D printer. Oh, okay. So I see, we'll try this. It's probably something in the setup that's not quite right. Anyway, if you're seeing it horizontally like that, I apologize for all this, but as I said, it's brand new right out the box, and I had some issues transferring all my data from the iPhone 11 to this one. I ended up having to go to the Apple store to retransfer everything and get it worked out. So yeah, the bridge is going to look great once it's finished. And I received more of these Hornby digital, and they actually came out to be just over £10 each, which is terrific. When I looked at them, they were listed for about £13, and then I had to think about, Okay, so Rails of Sheffield is where I got them, and great service, by the way. What I didn't realise was that I no longer receive the VAT return since the UK moved out of the EEC, which is a real bummer for us over here in North America. So I had to pay the VAT. Now, maybe they compensated me by reducing the price, but they were just over £10 each. And I bought 4 of them. So, you know, that raises the question. So what are you going to do about this, Charlie? Hi, morning, Tom. I just watched your post office bag being made earlier before I left to go to the library. I didn't have time to finish it, but yeah, what a great start. That is outstanding. And all done by coding, which is really very interesting. There's Lee saying it's better use not in the EU. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Tom, terrific stuff. Anyway, so these raise the question. Okay, Charlie, where you go from here? I'm not sure. You know, after having done The Princess, it kind of opened my eyes to what was possible, and you know, I thought, okay, let's read a bit more. So, as it stands right now, that track that The Princess was running on is isolated from the rest of the layout. And that means I can run both DC and DCC on the layout at the same time. I'm just going to put this down here for a minute. I'm still a little bit confused about this. I've got the cell phone vertically. Does that mean you're seeing it vertically? I would presume so. I wish I knew how I could rotate it while I'm live. Anyway, let's not worry about that at the moment. I'll fix it for next time. So, yeah. Anyway, in terms of the decoders, I'm going to move it a little bit to get out that overhead light there. Yeah, that's kind of better at the moment. So, you know the story about the decoders. I bought initially the TCS decoders, and you know, they were $20 US. I bought 4, charged me $20 for postage, and then they get out for $20 when they cross the border. Like, I was so pissed. And then when I ordered them from Rails, well, I told you the partial story there. Anyway, so that means I've now got 7 plus 1 that I'm not sure whether it works or not. And I'll just give you a brief intro to this, which is from George's Trains, and it's supposed to be a tester for decoders. Now, it is for a Digitrax system. Now, I don't have Digitrax, So I'm not 100% sure how it would work, but the guy, Mark at George's Train, says, no problem, Charlie, if it doesn't work, bring it back. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll maybe take my controller over there next time along with this and say, okay, can you help me through this? Because I don't want to ruin it, even although it was only $6, right? And that way I can test that TCS controller. Just see if anybody... Cowboy Steve, hey, Cowboy, how you doing? Another source of frustration. Yeah, shooting vertical. It didn't start out this way, Steve. I set it up horizontally, and it flipped. It wasn't deliberate, but you know, we'll have to live with it for the moment until next time when I get it solved. Anyway, so I'll be able to verify if that TCS decoder is burnt. Now, I think it was you, Tom, that said, well, the decoder might not be able to handle the old XO3, XO4 motors. And that, I've kind of read or heard that before. So we'll need to look into it a little bit more. And it very well might be the case. If that is the case, then I'm going to have to move those TCS decoders on to somebody else. Rather sit here being unused. I'm not DCC, I am AC and not going DCC with my layout. Yeah, good for you, Lee. That's it. Let's see. It was a sobering day when I realized technology has moved past my ability to keep up. I have empathy with you, Steve. Look, I'm a draftsman, or at least I was, and I started out on the board many, many moons ago. And gradually, after I came to Canada, gradually AutoCAD crept into view, and I had to learn AutoCAD, and then it went on to MicroStation, a much more complex system, and 3D, etc. And like some guys were left behind. They couldn't handle the change, and the opportunities for employment reduced because companies didn't want you if you couldn't use the technology. So I survived and adapted, and that's a whole other story. But anyway, I have empathy with you, and I was very much the same. I started into the hobby. I bought a few locomotives, and the first one was at Princess. 25 years ago, technology didn't advance so fast. Nowadays, and I've got shares in NVIDIA. If you don't know what NVIDIA is, it might be because you don't play electronic games. That's technology, and it's AI, and I've dabbled a bit in AI. I posted a video. You can see it in the list. I did it in AI to reach out to the Spanish model railway enthusiasts, because as an example, North British Railways in Glasgow built railways for the world, and many of them went to Spain and Africa and the Far East and South America. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be interesting just to reach out to a whole other community? So I got into the tools for AI, and I wrote a script saying, you know, I'd like this introduction to be translated into Spanish. Here is the cover photograph and details about my layout, and, you know, introduce what it's all about. So I put all that in, I wrote it all out in my introduction, and then sent it to AI, and it came back in Spanish, and it developed its own locomotives running around, which was just unbelievable. Excuse me, I get allergies here. So, you know, if you go into my list, you'll see this one. It's about 3 or 4, 5 videos down, and it's in Spanish, and it only lasts a couple of minutes, but it just blows the mind what you can do. And I'm quite happy to explore all this stuff because I find it really interesting. But I know that, you know, in terms of DCC, as I was saying, you know, the first locomotive I got was the Princess. It's in the other room in a box, but you know, and I was traveling for business at the time, and what I do is I would accrue expenses, and I'd go into eBay while I was away, and I would order something, and this stuff would pile up, and, you know, it went on for a while, on and off, and I didn't have a layout. I had a piece of track on the floor with a controller hooked up. I'd run things back and forth to make sure they're working. Anyway, eventually I got to building this layout, and by that time I had accrued a number of locomotives, all DC, and I saw some guys running this DCC. I thought, oh, that's really interesting, you know, and they explained it, but it sounded expensive and complicated. So I sort of retreated from that position because I'm thinking, oh, I've got all these locos, it's going to cost a fortune to convert them, and maybe that's not the way to go. As soon as I see a company called Skynet heading for the bunker. Yeah, I saw the movie. So it was, I just got frustrated by the whole thing and decided, no, I'm not going there because I don't know enough about it. Too expensive. And then Dave Scott at Scott Rails was on one night, and he started out as DC, and then he got a couple of decoders from this company called TCS, and he recommended them, and I thought, So some time went by before I decided to do anything about it. And then I went and ordered them. And I thought, you know, it can't be that difficult. So I watched a couple of videos and read some documents about it. And they said, hey ho, let's go. And I jumped in. I was so disappointed when it didn't work. Like, pulling my hair out, what did I do wrong? Have I got wires in the wrong place? You know, is there a short circuit somewhere? What's happening? And that was all in the first video. And I decided, right, that was a sort of sacrificial lamb. Let's go with the one decoder that I got from Hatton's when I bought the Hornby Select. And I read through the documentation and okay, I can do this. And I did it. And as you can see in that second video, it worked. Like, I was thrilled. I was gobsmacked. I thought, oh my God, right, this is unbelievable. Look how well that locomotive runs. Like the old Princess, chuk 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 chuk. And then when I put the DCC in it, dead slow and smooth. Like, it was an eye opener. Like, and you know, people had said to me, "Oh, Charlie, you know, like, with your old locomotives, I don't think it would work. You know, it won't make them run any better." And that was so disappointing to hear. Anyway, there you go. They were all proven wrong, because now I've got that one locomotive that runs better than it's ever run. And very happy about that. Let's see, 7 chipped and 3 more to do. Well done, Leopard. Kettle time, you must be getting a cup of tea. Yep, so yeah, there'll be a couple of other videos. I just thought I'd jump on and do this bit about the 3D printing. It was very much hands-off. I thought I was going to have to get more involved, but the technician is well trained. I'd been there a number of years ago and did some printing, but I think I was more involved with the process. Now they've got it down to a T. You give them your stick, they plug it in, they open it up, look at it, put it into Cura and then check it. And as an example, I have a number of tyres. They're actually Lesney 18mm tyres that I wanted printed for a few reasons. One is to attach some of them to my Clyde puffer to act as bumpers, and the other is just to have them stacked around the layout. So in that particular case, it came, the model came with supports, but when we opened it up, it wasn't quite right. So the technician said, "Well, forget the supports and just print them." I thought, yeah, that's okay, because if I'm going to put them anywhere, you're only going to see one side. So that was okay. So yeah. So as I say, the question still remains. Another one then. 3D printer is here. Is poorly, needs thermistor changing. Not the first time, yeah. Tom, it's down to really good AC connectivity to the decoder, then PWM from the decoder to the motor, much better than PWM from DC controller through the tracks and pickups to the motor. Yeah, good luck, Lee. We'll catch you later. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, Tom, so I think what you're saying there, it works better through DCC rather than DC, because when I looked at the waves, I guess the square stepped waves provide a more consistent power source, which means it's not this up and down business with DC. In layman terms, I think that's what you're trying to tell me, which is good information. So I don't think there's a great deal more to talk about without spoiling things as I move forward with some of these other videos, and I'll try to get them done over the weekend. As I said, I wanted just to get in, tell you about the 3D printing, and say hi, because being away for the time that we were, my contact was sporadic, but I did my best to make videos at the different locations that we visited and get something interesting. I just yeah, so I think, let's just see, DCC gives you incredible voltage control, which allows for the great slow speeds. Yeah, you're right, 100%. Large custard cream. Large custard cream. Yeah, I love it. Railroading and jumping straight into yeah, well done. Or so I thought. The train freak, yeah, is trying to convince me to look at LCC. Brilliant. Yeah, you know, it's all about support, right? You've got to get support. If you don't know anything about it, you need somebody to lean on. And oh yeah, Tom, let's just get this for a second. Now, there's my little board for the shuttle. I think these connectors, I can't remember if it came with it or I put them on, but I'm just wondering if there's a particular size for these wires. They didn't quite explain that. Yeah, I see. Something there. Anyway, layout command control. Yeah. Anyway, look, I'm going to sign off now because I've taken up a wee bit of your time, and I really appreciate you dropping by, because I know there's all kinds of stuff out there to look at, and later today I'll be going back onto YouTube to look at other stuff too. So it's important that you know that I appreciate you coming in here, and as I said, always try and have something of interest for you, and keep an eye out for further developments and more videos coming shortly. Magic is just science. Yeah, it is. It's just it's all magic, and smoke and glass, and the illusion, right? That's what it's all about. And I don't know what that. I know I had a Boston cream donut this morning. That's probably what it was. Anyway, thanks very much. Really appreciate you dropping by, and we'll see you next time here at Partickhill Station. Bye for now. Let's see if I can sign off here. I'll give you a quick look around. You can see the status of things. There's another princess that needs done. Maybe this old Triang DMU. The Black 5. Class 55. So lots of candidates here. Anyway, bye for now. We'll see you next time. Okay, let's see if we can do this.